Hello movie lovers, welcome to another interesting video. Actress Beverly Afaglo was on Adum TV last weekend and she said a lot.
And picking people watching the story and we know the writer was amazing, directing is amazing, the sound score.
It's everything came together.
Everything comes together. No, Emma, you feel it, you can get the movie. So and yet Taraji per se no yeah amazing because sa acting ye nebet ma acting.
Really?
But then again, how do you put this crew together?
Yeah.
So being an amazing editor, because your editor has been more Ghana Kromonya. Moving ube moving a pound him say, na dear way, sassing we may idea pow. And so no all cards of our wrong shots. No.
Now, based on what she said, I agree with her to some extent, but I don't entirely agree to all the things she said.
When him say uncle my close up way and some mood na and fire ebeye mood be so we see be more and touch audience na nipa no hwe wo de betimi a wo hom so be hwe say ye ma ye mood na nye silence no na editor ne de boom sim not feelings.
Yeah, I take feelings.
I see some feelings into enjoy moving it to say because the acting we can act it. Directors, we have writers, but we need
funding.
In form, we are great, so we come together, and it is funding.
Editing is very important. I mean, it is the final stage of a film. That's where everything comes together from sound to the clips. Everything comes together to form the film. A good editor can elevate a film completely. No two ways about that. And a bad editing can damage the film. It can damage the pacing of the film. It can confuse the entire storyline, just as Beverly Afaglo said.
No, ube moving a pound him say, na dear way, sassing we may idea pow. And so no all cards of our wrong shots. No, when him say uncle my close up way and some mood na and fire ebeye mood be so we see be more and touch audience na nipa no hwe. What do you bet me a wo hom so be hwe say ye ma ye mood na nye silence no na editor ne de boom sim not feelings.
Yeah, I take feelings.
So that I agree with her point where an editor can choose some shots over some shots and it will make the film not come out as the producer or the director wants it. I agree with her completely.
And how do you put this crew together?
Yeah.
So being an amazing editor, because your editor has been more Ghana Kromonya. Moving moving a pound him say, na dear way, sassing we may idea pow. And so no all cards of our wrong shots.
There are a whole lot of factors that can contribute to the success of a film or the film not doing so well. I have about 4 points. The first thing is the storyline. So many films, at least the ones we produce from Ghana, lacks the originality in terms of story and also a well-developed script. Now, you can't edit a story that wasn't told well in the first place. So the first thing to look out for is the story or how well developed the script is. That's a very important factor. It may seem small, but it's a very important factor. Because editors have to edit according to the script. So if the script is not well organized, well developed, it reflects in the editing.
People watching the story and we know the writer was amazing, directing is amazing, the sound score.
It's everything came together.
Everything comes together. No, Emma, you feel it, you can get the movie. So and yet Taraji per se no yeah amazing because sa acting ye nebet ma acting.
My second point is funding, one of the major factors that contribute to a film not being good or the production not meeting the standard the producer or the director is looking for.
Because the acting, we can act it. Directors, we have writers, but we need
funding.
In form, we are great, so we come together, and it is funding.
Regardless, no matter how professional you are, if your budget is very low, it will still reflect in the production quality. That is the final edit or the final production. If your budget is limited, one, you don't have professional equipment to work with in the first place. You don't have experienced crew members to work with, which usually is the case in the Ghana film industry. And also thirdly, you don't even have enough time to do post-production work. There are some editing effects that some computers cannot do. So if your budget is low and you have an editor who doesn't have professional editing machines, they can't do certain things. They will do it the way they can do it for you. And you may feel like Beverly is saying, some editors in Ghana are not good. Sometimes it's the equipment they are using. And also sometimes the producers have invested, so they want their money back. So they'll be like, oh, 1 month, 5 years, 10. They don't have time to spend on post-production. We're shooting film, we are 2 weeks. They say 2 weeks, they'll bet me edit it. And if for 2 weeks editing, mommy, you see that kind of thing. Maybe how many 3 months, 6 months to cut the film, and I say to properly go through everything one after the other. At least maybe I'm going to make a better job as compared to working under 2 minutes, working under 1 month. And no boils down to say scanning the whole. It is scanner or no. The money cannot be logged for 6 months. And then there's pressure on the editor, and the editor will deliver what they can, and the job will come out bad.
When him say anko mau close up we anka some mood na anka fire ebeye. Mood bi so we see bi mu anka better audience na nipa na o hwe no. Wo de betimi a wo hom so we hwe say ye ma ye mood na nye silence no. Na editor ne de boom sim not feelings.
Yeah, I take feelings.
Assess feelings into who enjoy moving it to say because the acting we can act it.
And my third point is training. And this goes across all areas, not just editors. I believe some directors and producers don't even know how to deal with editors in the first place. Because in the Ghana film industry, some of the directors lack the formal training for directing. And also, they lack the consistency to upscale. So what they know is the only thing they keep to. They don't want to upgrade their knowledge. It is important for the directors to know how an editor is supposed to work. It is important for the directors to be by the editing bench at least during the course of the post-production process. They should be there to observe the job. Now, if a director doesn't have the basic knowledge of how an editing should go, it will lead to poor footage selections. Because to say the Beverly can, editor better close up, maybe or the see wide shots so. Editor better way. No, I'm mixing no. Now, if we're changing the entire narrative of the scene. If a scene is supposed to be emotional, I think close-ups are very important. If the scene is an action film, you need those techniques as a director to know how the editing is going, so that if the editor is making mistakes, you will be able to correct. And one key important thing is the fact that they don't involve the editors at the early stage of production. Now, the editor's job starts from when you are writing your story to the end of the film. If you want to work with an editor, you've got to involve them very early at the production stage, whereby the editor knows how the story is supposed to go from day one. You involve the editor on set. There are some shots that you may want to take. An editor will have an insight on how it's supposed to be taken so that they can properly edit that footage to give you what you want. If you don't involve the editors in such processes and you just go on set, film the thing, and bring it to the editor, it takes a whole lot for the editor to be able to do that magic you are looking for.
Directors, we have writers, but we need
funding.
In form, we are great, so we come together, and it is funding. Because obi idea wa no you good, no be idea wa no be you good. Now you find say me production house. Not me for what I say because music and also they are not that amazing. I have to pick all these people to produce a good movie. It is money. Yeah.
My third and final point is the production itself. An editor who edits your film and you may not like or enjoy can edit same for somebody and the person will appreciate. It all boils down to the raw materials the editor is being given. If the shooting doesn't go well on set, it will reflect in the editing regardless. If you are supposed to shoot a disappearing scene and your camera is supposed to be stable on a tripod and you don't shoot that, you shoot it handling the camera in hand and there's some shakes or some movements, petty things like this will not make the editing of that particular thing you are looking for successful. It starts from the head to the toe. Camera, light, directing, writing, and even actors. Like she was saying there that sometimes only nim as an actress when him say be adu e wa ye ni ye pa by beba no na editor na amfa close up and I say beba no na editor na amfa way. I'm not defending the editor in this case, but sometimes no, if an editor decides to go with this shot over this shot, he or she may have their reason.
Moving ube moving a pound him say na dear way sassing we may ya dear pow. And so no all cards of our wrong shots no. When him say uncle mau close up way and some mood na and care fire ebeye.
Ebia wo twa no wo you okay wo as an actress no you are good. Unim say wo twa no wa acting ye. I had the me maybe the lighting was bad. So even though the shot is good, the lighting is bad. So the editor would decide to go for the one which has a proper lighting and shot and all that. Ebia wo team no I had the ye, but the camera shake. Anything can happen on the technical aspect which you don't have an idea of. So when it comes to the bench and the editor has all the footages, he weigh them. Okay, where your casing way, where your casing way. Then let me use this instead of this. Who team no anka person far away, but because there's bad lighting or the sound here is bad, or because there's bad camera na shaky wahaninti, he can't use it, so he will use this instead. It's not entirely the editor's fault. Some of the editors are bad, very, very bad, but still, no, an editor is as good as what he's been given.
Moving moving a pound him say na dear way sassing we may ya dear pow. And so no all cards of our wrong shots no. When him say uncle mau close up way and some mood na and care fire ebeye.
So I saw this and I decided to put my thoughts on it and let you know what I think. I want to know what you think as well in the comment section.
The writer was amazing, directing is amazing, the sound score.
It's
everything comes together. No, Emma, you can get the movie. So enya taraji per se no amazing because sa acting ye nebet ma acting.
Before I end this video, Beverly Afaglo is premiering her movie Pimp's Paradise at the Silverbird Cinemas in Accra Mall on the 1st of August. That is coming Friday. So if you are in Accra, you can pass by and enjoy this masterpiece. The film is 16 rated, meaning if you are below 16, you shouldn't watch this film.
The little girl Ada. Ada is 11 years old. Stop referring to her like some baby in diapers. She's not the first Ashawo to have gone through this.
Customer.
You can watch the trailer on Beverly Afaglo's Instagram. I think that's why I saw it. And then you appreciate the work.
What's the name again?
Nafisa and the committee.
Word has it that they can be more than they are, and I'm taking them.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. My name is Steve. Kindly like this video and also let me know what you think in the comment section. I'll see you in our next video.